Afternoon, WFG. Excited to be here. Aloha in Hawaii. And man, it's just a pleasure to be here. And it's an honor to speak to you guys this afternoon. About 8 years ago, I had a decision to make. And I was the captain of my football team in college, playing Division I football. And my whole entire life, all I did was play sports. And I had a vision to play in the NFL. That was my goal. And 8 years ago, I got to a meeting. And there's a guy named Ed Milet speaking. And Ed Milet said, if you want big results in your life, you got to make big decisions. And at that time, my entire vision of where I thought I was going to be in the NFL changed. And I decided to plant my flag here in WFG and decided to go full-time in this business. And NFL, stands for not for long, right? The National Football League, right? It's only about 3 or 4 years and then you're done. And a lot of people getting concussions in their 40s and 50s and, brain damage and things like that. So my entire dream of playing in the National Football League actually changed, and I decided to get, behind this crusade in WFG. And a lot of people say, there's Eric, the football player. And I want to let you know, I used to play sports, but WFG is my sport now. I want to let you know 100%, this is where I compete, this is where I have fun, this is where, the rubber meets the road, this is where we win. And I'm excited about playing for this team. And I have a coach named Jeff Levitan on my team, and I got a president and general manager named Ed Milet, and the owner of our team, Rich Stolley, right? And the bottom line is, I'm excited to be mentored by these guys, some of the best in the industry. And I want to ask you, is anybody in your 20s and 30s in the room today? Anybody in your 20s or 30s? All right, I hope you guys know you're the future of this company, right? You're the future of this company 100%. We have an unbelievable history. We have unbelievable present, but the future is bright. I want to let you know, all of you, even though we're indoors, you should be wearing sunglasses right now because your future's so bright. Does anybody feel like they're in your 20s and 30s, right? That's the rest of you? Okay, awesome, right? I'm getting old now. I'm 30 years old. And they say you got to have big goals and big dreams or you're going to end up working for someone that does. Right? One of the two. And so, I had a goal. I remember when I was 22 and I decided to go full-time in this business. Ed Milet said, Eric, if you keep doing what you're doing and promoting direct SMDs and personally recruiting and getting out in the field and making this thing happen, you'll be $1 million earner before 30. And it was kind of interesting. I just listened to that conference call a couple days ago, and exactly what he said when I was 22 happened. Became a 7-figure earner by 30. It was just amazing. So I want to let you guys know you're on the right track, 100%. So now I have a new goal. And the new goal is to make $1 million a month before age 40. That's the new goal, $1 million a month before age 40. I know I got to have a lot of successful people on my team in order to do that, and that's the goal. So I got 5 key points for you here today. You guys ready? 5 key points. Number 1, if you focus on getting other people to where they want to go, you will get to where you want to go. That's my business philosophy. If I get other people to where they want to go, I will get to where I want to go. So you really got to focus on your team getting their next promotion. Right? All your training associates, you got to challenge them to get their 3-3-30 and get to associate. All your associates, challenge them on getting to senior associate. All your senior associates focused on MD. All your MDs focused on SMD. And so on and so on. EMD, CEO, EVC. Everybody's running at the same time. When I played football, my coach used to say, hey, if everybody blocks their man at the same time, we score a touchdown. So I want to let you know, if you focus on everybody on your team, getting their next promotion, getting to the next level, right, and going out there and performing, guess what? You'll have everything you ever dreamed of. And that's 100% true. So get everybody on your team on a run, and if you get your team to where they want to go, you'll ultimately get to where I want to go. My focus was building 6-figure ring earners, right? Where's your ring? Where's your ring? Where's your ring? The ring is the thing, right? We're focused on that, and in return, I got my 7-figure ring. And I feel like, that's minimum wage in WFG. I feel like that's just the starting point. You understand? Our business is unlimited. You realize that? Let me ask you a question. Are you treating it like it's unlimited? Are you treating it like it's unlimited income potential, unlimited growth potential, right? And no territorial limits. And it's amazing to me, right? So if you're going to think anyways, you might as well think big. Would you agree? Number 2 I got for you is you got to focus on duplication. You know, it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat, right? Duplication at its finest. You know, you got to really focus on duplicating yourself and transferring your skills and your knowledge into your team. That's where it's all out. So you got to hurry up and get good and then transfer those skills and knowledge to your team and duplicate yourself. You know, you're probably the best person on your team right now, and that's awesome, right? So guess what? You should not be sitting on the bench. You understand? If you're an all-star player, you're the best player on your team, you're the MVP of your hierarchy, which you are, you got to be out there on the court. You got to be out there on the field, and you got to be showing others how to play, right? And guess what? If you get enough people doing that, then you're going to rise to the top together. So really focus on duplication, right? Really focus on duplicating yourself. What if you have 10 people just like you?
Ooh,
Man, your business would be fun. You know, they say this business gets really exciting when you get people on your team who want it just as bad as you. If you get people on your team that want it just as bad as you, man, it gets fun. So really focus on duplication. Number 3, I want you to say this with me. ABC. Ready? ABC. What is that? Always be closing. You got to focus on that, right? And don't be too complicated. You got to keep it simple, right? We say simplify to multiply. So you really got to focus on closing, right? New recruits and getting them into your business, right? Getting new associates in your team. So closing the one-on-one interview. You got to learn how to close on the insurance product, IUL, VUL, and then you got to learn how to close the annuities. And if you're doing IAI, you got to learn how to close that. So there's really only 3 or 4 things you got to close on, right? So you got to master that, and then you got to teach your team how to do that as well, right? Because if you can close something, you can close anything, right? So if you can close recruits, you can close sales. You can close sales, you can close recruits, right? Bottom line, that's how it is. So I really want you to focus on closing, having boot camps on your team. You know, we always talk about whoever has the most licensed associates wins. If you want to double your licensed agents, you'll double your income. But guess what? That's not true. The truth is, if you double the size of your licensed field trainers who know how to close, you double your income.
yes.
Does that make sense? That's the bottom line. You got to double the size of your licensed and trained field force that know how to close, that know how to do the best thing for the consumer. And write this in your notes, closing is helping. Closing is helping. The definition of closing is just helping someone get to the decision that they should have already made on their own. But all our goal is to help them get that done, right? And so that's number 3, I would tell you. Number 4, coming out of this meeting, I want to challenge you to have an emergency meeting with your team. Have an emergency conference call tonight, someday this week. Have an emergency meeting when you get back as your next BPM, right? Because when the speed of the leader determines the speed of the pack. So when you're on it, your team's going to be on it. That's how it works. So I want you to be more excited and more fired up and more energized than you've ever been in your life. And if you're on a conference call tonight, or you get back to your BPM, you have an emergency meeting, you're talking about getting to MD and walking up on stage in front of 20,000 people at the MGM Grand and getting your MD and your SMD promotion and a chance to win a BMW, man, that's exciting. And you got to have your team feel your excitement. That's what duplication is all about. When you're excited, your team will be excited, right? So I want to challenge you, coming out of this meeting, have an emergency conference call with your team, have an emergency meeting with your team when you get back, and everybody will be fired up, and you'll just go into the convention, right, better than you've ever done. I really believe 2013 is going to be the best year of our lives. Do you believe that? Yep. Right? You've got to believe that. Write in your notes, 2013, the best year of my life. It doesn't matter where you've been. It matters where you're going that counts. That's it, right? No one cares about 2012. It's all about 2013. And that's what we're focused on. And number 5, you got to focus on building leaders. If you build leaders, then teams will come. If you build leaders, then teams will come, right? And so bottom line is you got to recruit up. Right? You know, you got to recruit people, right? That, you know, people that are entrepreneurs, business type people, they love our company, right? They love our company. When I was real young, 21, 22 years old doing the business, I was recruiting a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds, right? But then when my confidence got up and I found out this is the best business opportunity in North America, in my opinion, I started talking to everybody, right? So you got to recruit up. You know, I say something called the 3 C's. There's 3 C's in this business. Number 1 is confidence. You got to have confidence in yourself. and confidence in your great company. Number 2 is certainty. You got to have the certainty that you're going to be here long term. You know, when I decided to go full time, I said, I'm going to make it here, and you better send the flowers, because I'm going to die trying. Right? And you got to have that certainty about yourself. Right? That's your certainty. And number 3, you got to have the conviction. So confidence, certainty, and conviction. Right? You don't hope this works. You know this works. You don't hope you're going to be successful and be EDC and a 7-figure earner one day. You know you're going to make that happen because your family deserves it. 100%. I want to challenge you to give your very best. You know, most people spend their entire life never giving anything, everything they got. And I want to let you know, and I'm a testimony to this, if you give your very best in this company, it'll pay off. It'll pay off 100%. Guess what? Let me be honest with you. It's not going to be as easy as you might think it might be, but guess what? On the other side, it's going to be more worth it, even than you thought it might be as well. That's the truth. It might not be as easy as you think, but you can do it. But guess what? It's even 10 times more worth it than you think it's going to be. 100%. Now I want to bring up my team here real quick. If you guys can just run up here. You know, you guys see my name on the leaders bulletin, but I got an unbelievable, extraordinary organization here in my team. Just run on up here real quick, guys. And run up here. And you guys know, run on up here. You guys know Paul and Gabby Hart, they just had their little baby girl on Saturday morning, right? One of the EDCs on my team, so make sure you congratulate them. They weren't able to make it here today. But here's some of the team. We had 18 qualifiers here at this Hawaii trip, and I was kind of upset because the goal was to double that. But this is just the start of something great. Come on up here on the stage. And I want to let you guys know, I believe 100% that our team at WFG, because we all play for WFG. That's our sport, that's our team. And you guys know we're from the Bay Area, Northern California, right? And so Rich Stolley last year in Hawaii, he started something great when he talked about who's got it better than us, and we say nobody. Now, even though the 49ers didn't win the Super Bowl, they got to the Super Bowl, right? And I want you to get to the Super Bowl of your life because we can't play sports anymore. We're not going to go play in that game. Does that make sense? People come up to me and go, you guys lost. I'm sorry you guys lost. No, man, I don't play on that team. I'm not on the 49ers. I'm on this team. It's called WFG, right? That's our team, and we're going to win, and our family and our team, we're going to get to the Super Bowl, and I want you guys to be with us. Does that sound good? Right? So I want everybody to stand up real quick. Everybody stand up. Yeah. So, I'm going to ask you, who's got it better than us? Our company, WFG and Transamerica, and you're going to say nobody. And we're going to do it 3 times. We're going to get a whoosh, and then we're going to say non-stop to the top. Because that's our goal. We want to have the best year of our life. Are you guys with me? By the way, if you're not loud, guess what? We're going to start all over. Right? So we got to be loud. You're not too cool for this. You understand? Right? We're a part of a championship team. I believe we have the best company. We have the best products. We have the best leadership. We have the best company. 100%. So when I ask you who's got it better than us, you're going to say nobody as loud as you possibly can. And I want you to feel it deep down in your heart, even if you got to get emotional about it, because you're at the right place at the right time. 100%. You guys with me? You guys ready? All right. So who's got it better than us? Nobody. 3 times, whoosh, non-stop to the top. Are we clear? Yes?